And we're live. Happy Friday, everyone. Apologize for my lateness. I was filming a short, or TikTok, or Instagram Reel, whatever it may be. It may be all of those things. I was trying to make one of those, which is surprisingly difficult when you're trying to say what you want to say in 1 minute or less. I talk a lot longer than that. But welcome to the stream. I'm breaking down some Lego sets. These are some sets that Clarkman built over the summer. If you want to see a review of this, or this, check out Clarkman's channel. It wasn't here on Brickitect, surprisingly. But these have been sitting around for months now, and something needs to happen with them because they were over there, and there's still more. So I thought we'd carve out a little time here. Just finished my podcast, and I thought I would break some Lego sets down. So let's start small and work our way up. We'll start with this set. Bought this in Italy. This is 40650 from Lego Creator. It's the Land Rover Classic Defender. Surprisingly, a Creator set. Not a 3-in-1. Could have probably been a Speed Champions almost. They could have pulled it off, I think. What do you think? Speed Champions? I think they might have been able to do it. But it's a Creator set. It could have been a City set too. And I'm going to break this down with you guys while we chat and do all kinds of different things. Welcome everyone to the stream. I see everyone saying hello, hello. I'm going to try to go live once a day throughout the weekdays at various times. It's just whenever I can find time to do it. I've got so much work to do, and this is a good way to hold me accountable, make sure I do it, because I've got a table behind me here. If you haven't seen it, I've got a table that needs taken care of, and that's only going to get done if I put the time in. So welcome back to Brickitect after, I don't know how long it's been actually. It's been a while since I've been able to regularly make content, but now school's back in session. Cody's back to work. This is Brickitect, if you will. And I'm like, dude, I want to get back into Legoing. So that's what I've been doing, this week at least. I've been making content here and there. I made some live streams. This is my third live stream of this week. I did a couple little shorts type things, and I put those on TikTok even, and Instagram. Your boy Brickitect is now on TikTok. Actually, I have been. I have 1,000 TikTok followers, and all I've put out there before this week was 3 really just absolute jank videos. So that was kind of encouraging. And I've been putting stuff on Instagram and stuff as well. Just kind of I guess, spreading the wealth elsewhere other than just YouTube. But I've been doing shorts as well, because that's a thing that people do now. And you can I'm sure some of us have gotten stuck into whether you're on TikTok or if you're on YouTube, you've got into what do they call that? The death scroll or whatever it's called. We've probably all been there. So that's kind of what I've been up to. What have you guys been up to? First week of school for some of you, maybe second week if you're in school. Maybe you're just working. Maybe you're grinding out a Friday afternoon at work right now, and you're like, I'm glad Greg went live because I had nothing to listen to while I do this job serving ice cream cones to people. I don't know what you do. Chris is here. He says the dark side TikTok is. It is. I mean, all these places are kind of doing the same thing, aren't they? Instagram with their reels, YouTube with their shorts, TikTok with their TikToks. They all want your attention, right? And our attention spans are getting smaller and smaller. So if you're here watching a live stream, this is very much against the grain of where content seemingly is going. It's going to not 30-minute streams, not 15-minute videos. It's less than a minute. Maybe even less than that. Maybe it'll keep getting shorter. Who knows? Hey, Julian's here. Welcome, man. Working and lurking. That's what I like to hear. On a Friday afternoon before a long weekend here in the United States. If you didn't know, Monday is Labor Day. And all the schools are off. Most people have the day off on Monday. And it's a popular day to have one last hurrah of summer before it comes crashing to an end. You guys want to see my operation here? There you go. We're tearing this down if you're just tuning in. Bloop. What kind of music do I enjoy listening to? I'm really not a music person, to be honest. I couldn't tell you a top song of 2023. I am a podcast guy. I love listening to people talk. As evidenced by how much I like talking. I kind of put out what you want to see in the world, I suppose. Tyler says the schools near us went back August 7th. That's borderline ridiculous, Tyler. That should be illegal. Sending you guys back August 7th. Maybe September 7th would be fair. Like, honestly, like maybe after Labor Day, but August 7th? Obscene. Obscene. No school today. Clark had a day off this week. The power was out at the school. He didn't even have to make the day up. That's where I kind of disappeared to. I was trying to stay pretty consistent here, getting on with you guys in the afternoons. And then Wednesday, got Clarkman all together for school. Everything was good. And then we got a message from the school that the power is out and they don't have to go. So we went and played mini golf and watched the new Transformers movie, although it's not really new anymore. I'm just going to slide that aside. I'll show you my system here at the end. I'll show you how I bag all these up. Not really new anymore because it's been out for a while. Actually, I'm not going to bag these up on stream because it's going to mess up my short or reel or TikTok that I'm doing. So you guys will just have to pretend that I put these in a bag. I'll show you my system though. I take one of these and then I put them in the bag. Actually, before I do that, I write on the front of it the set number and the name of the set. I fill the bag up and then I put that into a bin in the storage room of doom, and then I take one of these. And this is where I put, this is like a page protector, and I can do this, I guess. I take that and I put it in there like that. And that's my system. I put that in a 3-ring binder that says creator on the outside, and I put them in order of the set number. So when I go to look for a set, I can find the instruction manual, very much like you would at a library. And then I find the pieces inside the bag that's inside a bin. And that's what I do to avoid having to keep everything in a box, because boxes, while it may seem small, these boxes take up a lot of volume. I do save the boxes though. I have them all flattened like this and like another big box. It's out of hand. I should probably stop doing that. But I haven't been buying as much lately. I'm trying to get out of the world of collecting Lego and more into the world of enjoying Lego. But right now I find myself in the world of organizing Lego. And that's okay, because that's kind of what I want to do and where I want to go. Clarkman had an alternate rocket that he made out of this, which was kind of cool. I'll show you that here. Take a gander. What do you think? Did he do a good job? It's like Rocket and Street Clothes, because they kind of copped out on these sets a little bit. The Rocket and all the characters are wearing like the same outfit, which is really lame. Like, I understand it's from the movie, but when you want minifigs, you want your minifigs all to be a little different. So I'll show you what Rocket would look like as he's supposed to from the set. He's got a little tail. Hey, where's the little raccoon guy? Is he around? I don't even know where that is. Might be missing unless he's in the front of this. Oh yeah, he is. Thank goodness. We're missing him. Let me try to get the light. There's Rocket. What do you think? Do you like him like that, or you like the custom one that Clarkman made? He even put like brown arms on there too. So he had like a sleeveless shirt on. That's pretty cool. And that's kind of where Clark is going with Lego. You might be thinking like, Greg, why are you tearing Clark sets apart? You evil jerk. He builds his stuff and then he plays with it for a bit and then it sits. He doesn't tear sets apart. I don't know if many kids like doing that anyway. So I understand, but man, I can't have this stuff sitting out anymore. It's got to go somewhere. So I told him I'm breaking it down. He felt like as long as he didn't have to do it, he was happy about that. When am I going to build your city? I guess whenever the table's clear. We're going to make a train track, I guess is the first thing we're going to do. I don't know if this is supposed to be in here. Yes, it is. This set, if you're wondering, Clark got this. I got this for him as a gift for graduating 2nd grade. It's 76254. Baby rockets ship. 300 pieces. And I'm going to tear apart all 300 of those pieces right now. Or as close as I can get. Does Clark? Yeah, Clark does know about this. He does. Okay, so you get to get out of school at the end of May, says Tyler. Well, that's not bad, I guess. I'd rather have more of the summer. I want August. Don't take my August. Brickmox says he just built an old Lego movie set I bought sealed. So life is good besides school starting. Yeah, take the good with the bad, I suppose. Urban says, build a Suzuki dirt bike with working suspension on the back and front. It's colored orange with details like clutch and back brake. Is that, you built that out of Lego or is that out of Technic? Because that sounds pretty awesome. That sounds like something you need to post somewhere. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Clark does know about this. As long as he doesn't have to do it, he's happy. Because tearing Lego apart is work. Building it is fun for some reason. It kind of reminds me of Roxy Bear, where she loves going in the creek and like swimming and stuff, but she doesn't like getting a bath. But it's like the same thing, you know? It's like, what's the difference? Here's Little Rocket, if you're curious what he looks like. Jillian says, I haven't bought Lego set in like 3 months. I've entered the hobby of collecting and investing in sports cards, mainly baseball, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, you jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. Sports cards is a dangerous one. But the nice thing about cards, even though they're expensive, well, they're a little volatile, I'll say that too, because you could have a player that's like awesome right now, and then they do something crazy in their lives and ruin the value of their cards. There is some risk there, but if you collected 1,000 baseball cards, that would look very different from collecting 1,000 Lego sets. I always said if I ever get another hobby of collecting things, it's going to be something very small, like stamps or coins or pocket knives or, I don't know, it's something, what are those things called? NFTs. I'll start collecting NFTs. Oh, it's Technic. And this is like your complete mock. You built this yourself. Because I know Lego has done a few dirt bikes that fit into those parameters. Did you use their ideas or did you use your own? Because Lego's done it. I remember specifically there was an orange dirt bike and then there was a green one that they made too. So what would that be? That would be a Kawasaki or a, what's the orange one? That would be, I don't know what the orange one is. It's been a long time since I played a dirt bike racing game. There was an orange one though. Husqvarna, is that what it is? Husqvarna? Lego Mike says, stopping in to say hi. Clark must be in school. Yeah, he gets home like just after 4 o'clock. So he's still at school. I try to get a little bit of Legoing done every day. I'm trying to get organized is what you're missing here, Mike. So every day I'm making a little progress. It's going to seem a little boring here for a bit because I'm like tearing sets apart, organizing yard sale Lego, but it all needs done, and I figure if I'm doing it, I might as well share it. I will try to sneak in some building and stuff here and there, and what I'd like to do also, I have that, speaking of Technic, I have that Technic Lamborghini, and last year I did a series where every week I built one bag of the Bugatti, and I did a little YouTube short. That was like my first shorts, showing off all of the bags when I finished it. And I really enjoyed doing that. So I might do that again. I would have it done probably in like 4 months if I build one bag a week. I would just listen to a podcast and relax and focus all of my attention and all of my brain power on building this set without making any mistakes. And I did a pretty darn good job at it because everything worked in the end. There was no catastrophes. I could never live stream it though, but I could do a time lapse. That would be kind of neat. But I like just doing the shorts. That was a tough series of shorts to do. Brick separator, ultra rare, orange. Trying to say everything that you did to a Lego set in one bag, like when it comes to a Technic set, in under 60 seconds, because that's the limit for shorts. And I'm like, I would mess it up so much because I'm like, oh, I want to mention this or I need to fit this in, and sometimes it would go over the time limit. And I was trying to do it in one take too. I spent more time trying to make those little YouTube shorts than I would making like a regular video. It was crazy, but that's all right. I was happy how it turned out. And if you go back, I don't know if there's a playlist, but if you go into like my YouTube like shorts area of my channel, you could go through the week by week progression of the Bugatti as it got built. So I'd like to do that again for the Porsche. No, not Porsche. Lambo. Getting all my fancy cars mixed up. Yano says, could be worse. At least you're not collecting cars. Imagine storing like 60 cars. Oh, that'd be fun to do. That's, if you want to talk expensive hobbies, we think Lego's expensive. No. Car collecting. Yeah, not only do you have to spend the money on the car, you have to insure the car, you have to have a place to put the car, you have to maintain the car. No thanks. That's too much. I do enjoy channels that do that, though. There are some fun YouTube channels that are car collecting guys, and it's crazy to see how successful they are and how they can afford to do all of the things they do. I think a lot of it is just kind of like trading, though. It's like, okay, you get a car, and then you make some videos on it, people are loving it, and you can't just sit on it forever because that takes up a lot of money. So what you do is you end up selling that off to buy something else. And I've thought about that in the world of Lego. Like, there could be a timeline where I get like every Lego set that they make, but instead of buying it and then holding it forever, my plan was to sell it as a used set. As soon as I'm done building it, sell it as a used set, put it on eBay or whatever. I'm not going to get all of my money back, or most of it back probably, maybe most. But then I can use that money very much like the car guys do. This is like, I need to talk about this in my podcast. Like the car guys, when you trade your car in, you're not getting as much money for it in most cases, but I could take that money and then buy something else. So we could get some crazy stuff, and it eliminates the one problem that I have with Lego, and that is finding this. I'm just going to leave this together. This is kind of a nightmare to take apart. Finding the place and the time to store it. I wouldn't have to do this. Well, I guess I might have to break it down if I was going to ship it out. Most people don't want to get a fully built Lego set. But wouldn't that be cool? I could get all kinds of wacky stuff. Even stuff like, assuming that I enjoy building it, I would get sets that like I don't really want for my personal collection, but would enjoy maybe just experiencing and trying out. Then we sell it. Maybe you want to buy it from me. We could do it. That'd be kind of cool. What happened to the tractor I built? It was remote controlled. It's in the storage room of Doom on a shelf with our Christmas decorations. Where else would it be? Why do I do Clark like that? Are you talking about tearing apart his sets? I've already discussed it. If you weren't here in the beginning, you don't deserve an explanation. I'm just kidding. He knows I'm tearing this apart. It was either him or me. One of us was doing it. And he prefers to constantly build stuff out of Lego. And then I'm fighting the battle between organizing stuff that we get at yard sales and then also managing all of the stuff that he gets out and builds. So I should probably do better with that in terms of having him take care of things. But he gets attached to his builds. This isn't a mock. This is something that can be replicated very easily versus a mock that, you know, you're going to break down or tear apart eventually. And or maybe not, because you want to like remember it forever because it doesn't have a thing. Which is one of the reasons that I think Clarkman having a channel is cool, because then he can make like a little video being like, hey, here's this thing that I built. And then it can be memorialized forever, but not sitting on our table forever. Beverly says, how was your vacation this summer? Such beautiful places you went to. Clark, it's at a good age to do this, and your garage sales are terrific. I'm glad I was watching. Well, I'm glad you were watching too. Yeah, it was fun. We had a really great year. This was like our bucket list year to do all the stuff that we want to do, and I think we picked a good time. Because just like we learned with COVID, you never know what's going to happen with the world, and you got to take advantage of stuff when you can. So Cody had the opportunity to take a year off of school. Did that. Clarkman missed a lot of school too. No regrets. We got to experience a lot of things, including, like you guys probably heard about what happened in Maui. We got to go to Maui in February, and it was the most beautiful place ever. And unfortunately, recently there was a wildfire that went through, and the one town there that we absolutely loved is completely burnt down. So it's an example of one of those things where if you put off all the things you want to do in life until someday, you don't know if you're going to see someday, and you don't know if the place you're going to see or want to see is going to see someday. So you got to live life now. That's my life lessons from Brickitect. That's what you expect from a Brickitect live stream, right? What made me get into RC? I don't even know. I don't know how we got into it. I don't know how we wouldn't be into it though, because it's a fun hobby. It's a bit of an expensive hobby, I suppose. Although, like Lego, you're always kind of buying stuff and building stuff. Whereas that, I'll get a Lego or I'll get an RC car and then just run that thing like crazy and fix it and whatever. Is that a new piece? Or is that something that's together? I got to check that out. Are these just stacked on top of each other? Interesting. I don't know if that's one piece or not. One piece. That's something I want to watch. Is Clark enjoying school? Yeah, he's good. He's got a good teacher this year, thankfully. In fact, Cody teaches with, yeah, that's one piece. Cody teaches with a lady that had Clarkman's teacher as a teacher. And she was talking about how much she liked her. So I'm really thankful. Like, as soon as we went in for open house and we met this lady, I was like, yes, this is going to be a good year. She's kind of strict, but that's good. She expects a lot of the kids. And I think Clark's going to excel under her guidance. So he's doing that. He's making friends. has a new buddy named Clifton that they play at recess. They play tag. It's the whole reason I think it's important for him to go to school, for that socialization. And to get him out of my hair. I'm just kidding. LG says, hi from Hong Kong. Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in from across the world. Appreciate you being here. Just breaking down some Lego sets. We just got number 2 taken care of. If you're just tuning in, this was Baby Rocket Ship, Clarkman set that he got back in June and has been sitting ever since then. This one was one we bought in Italy. And it's the Land Rover. That's been sitting as well. So we got those 2 sets. I wouldn't ordinarily put these in bags, but I'm making like a little video that you'll see here shortly that, hey, there's a Mellow Cat. A Mellow Cat spotting. Leave a like for the Mellow Cat. I'm going to slide these out of the way. I'm going to put this down so you guys don't get seasick here. Roxy's like, what? A cat? Yeah, Clark's teacher last year, she was a sweet lady, but it was her first year teaching, and I think she had a rough group of kids, so it was a little hard for her, but she survived it. She's still teaching there, and this year, I think Clark's going to do really well with the lady that he has. Here's the last set. This is the Iron Man Armory. You guys want to see what this looks like? This is a pretty cool one. This is mainly like, if you want some sick minifigs, this is the one to get. You get the Tony Stark with the great shirt on. And then War Machine is probably my favorite out of the bunch, but you get a whole slew of Iron Mans, various ones in here. You get the Mark 25, Whiplash, Mark 85, Mark 3, War Machine Nick Fury, Pepper Potts driving her car. Clark liked the car a lot. It's just like a simple Lego City car. He got this for Christmas, and it just sat. Like I said, the dude's been building all kinds of stuff, like mocks and whatnot. That's his thing in Lego. He likes making mechs. And he's been building like little Sonic characters and stuff too, so. I'm okay with that. I like seeing creativity out of them. Building a Lego set's good because you can follow directions, but when you can build your own stuff out of Lego, that's really special. All right, so we'll tear this one down, see if there's anything inside there. This is 76216, by the way, if you're thinking about getting this, or if you want to search this setup and find out more about it. I can't remember how much it was. I think my brother and sister-in-law got this for him for Christmas. So, yeah. Just sat. We'll break it down, though. Mainly what it looks like, I know it's kind of a mess here, but it's like a 2-story, it's all falling apart. It's like a 2-story Iron Man thing. This is very much like the set that they made a couple years ago. I had the original one. It's the Hall of Armor, I think is what the other one was called, and had all the Iron Man standing in there. So they've done this a few times. But this one, I don't know. I guess this is as a display piece, it's kind of cool. It's got this. You could play here, but I think truthfully, most people are getting this just for the Iron Mans. Iron Man has this thing. Clark has like a torso on that, which is kind of cool. I guess they have that there too. It's a different one. But you can swap out the different torsos and stuff. Nick Fury is looking pretty cool. Where's he at exactly? Oh, he's hiding in behind here. He's upside down back there. Sorry you're late. Hey, you're never late for anything. These streams are out here, so you can watch them anytime. How old's Mello? She was born in, I think she's 10. 2013 maybe? 2012? I think 2013 is what I want to say. It's hard for me to remember how old Mellow Cat is. But she's looking great. She's got many years ahead of her. Roxy's doing well too, if you're curious. Roxy Bear is healthy at 12 plus years old. And every day, just like I talk about, I'm trying to be thankful that we still have her, and I take her for walks, and I think about it, and I'm like, let's try to keep this going. So I'm trying to keep her young too. Because cats, they tend to live a little bit longer. Some cats, man, they make it to what, 20 years old? Dogs, not that much. Oh, what did I miss in the chat here? Just says, I just got back from Poland, got back to England, and I have to rebuild the Bowie and the No Way Home set. Okay, have fun. You got some, I guess, some Marvel-detecting to do. That's going to be cool. Finally have a YouTube account. Nice, nice. Make some videos. If I'm going to buy a set, no, I'm not buying anything anytime soon. I'm trying to, ideally, right now I'm trying to get organized, and I have a whole bunch of stuff. That's a new piece I haven't seen before. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I still need to build. So, yeah, it's going to take me a while for sure. But that's okay. We got nothing but time on our hands. I got 180 days of school. We're only like 1 week in at this point. So we still have like 175 days. If I do this for half an hour or hour every day, we just do a little live stream where I organize something. Think of how much progress we'll make. Think of how much stuff will be done. It'll be a thing of beauty, really. You'll be surprised how much progress you can make just with a little bit of effort consistently. And that's what I'm going to try to show you. Also, I'm going to do some stuff off camera too, because if I only do a half an hour, even if it is daily, we're not going to make a ton of progress. And I have bigger dreams than that, I suppose. You should think about getting this Display Gifts minifigure display case that holds 200 figs and keeps them accessible. I need to look into that. How can I remember that? Can you send me like a message or like a link with that in it somehow? Because that would be kind of cool. If I could get something that's kind of custom for all of the sig figs that people send us. I don't know how many we have. Maybe more than that. We might have to get 2 of those, but that'd be pretty cool. I should organize, but a new Bricks and Minifigs just opened 30 minutes away. I would love to have one of those. Nothing like that would ever make it in our area. Our area is kind of like depressed where all the businesses are more likely to close than open. But I would love to go to a Bricks and Minifigs. I've seen people go there on YouTube and I'm like, dude, so lucky. Hopefully we ever travel somewhere where I can get to see one. I'd like to go in and check it out. Make a video there. I started watching you when I was 9 and just randomly thought of your channel. You're still going strong and still doing great content. I wouldn't go that far, but we're still going. This year's been a little bit of a struggle for me with the Lego stuff because we've been so busy. I used to try to make videos every day, probably back when you were watching. We're sharing our Lego collecting journey every day. And now, well, over the last year or so, we've just been so busy with other stuff, traveling and whatnot. Now I'm kind of back into it again. So I'm excited to still be here. And it's cool to see that there's still peeps that are from the OG days. Because the Lego space is one where, honestly, people don't stick around very long. Especially like around the COVID time. A lot of people got into Lego then. And it was like, there was nothing else to do. And now, like, things, well, COVID's kind of creeping back up from what I've read. But the world's gone back to normal, or as normal as it can get. And people are back to doing normal stuff again. And Lego isn't necessarily on that list. So you might have a lot of people that were in it for a period of time and they go, just like a lot of Lego YouTubers. You may have noticed that with other people that you watch. Maybe there's a smaller, I know some of the bigger names, they've been doing it a long time like I have, but smaller channels, they kind of come and go. A lot of my Lego buddies, they don't make Lego content anymore. And it sucks, you know, it sucks to see that, but people have lives. Not like me, I have no life. This is like the highlight of my day right now. I'm not joking, dude. This is it. So, I don't know. This is what I like to do, and I'm glad to be able to share this, and if you get some level of enjoyment out of this, that's cool with me. But right now, if you are just tuning in, we broke down 2 sets, which I have yet to bag up, because I'm making a short. But we got the Iron Man Armory right now that we're doing, and then we did the Land Rover, and then we did the Baby Groot ship there in piles right here. If you want to see what they look like. Just nothing there. I'm trying to keep up with the chat while also like going off on rants and stuff, I guess. Brickmuck says, I have a regular Lego store, a Bricks and Minifigs, and another third-party store within 20 minutes. What? Where do you live? The big city? You live in the Big Apple? What's going on here? That's nuts. Julian says there's something similar to Bricks and Minifigs in Lancaster. You know, someone messaged me about that. It might have been you, but I think it was someone else. They said there's like a Lego... Well, they said that there's a Lego store opening in Lancaster. And I'm like, seriously? And then I find out it's not an actual Lego store. But next time we go down there, I'm going to go to round 1. I'm going to go to JB Dawson's, get some of their banging ribs. And then I'm going to go hit up that Lego store, whatever it is. I'll check it out. Man, that sounds like an awesome day, actually. Am I familiar with a company that makes Tomos motorbikes? They are European motorbikes, which are famous. No, dude, I don't know much about motorcycles. I do have a 4-wheeler to build in Lego, though, if you want to see it. This might be right up your alley. There's at least one person that probably wants to see this. What's your name, buddy? Urban something. Urban Muick. Hey, we got a member for 8 months from Action. He says, highlight of my days is riding scooter at the skate park. Nice. That sounds more fun than breaking down Lego. I got this to build. I wasn't sure if anyone would have any interest in this, or if I should invest the time into it. It's 308 pieces. I bought it because I needed a couple pieces for my Curiosity rover. It's like in the suspension, so I bought this, and I just haven't done anything with it. So I'm debating whether I should build it and like make a little video on it. I've done Technic stuff before, and not many people, in so many words, give a rip about Lego Technic. Most people are just in it for like the licensed stuff, from what I found. You know, like Star Wars, the Marvel Detectors, Ninjago peeps, if you want to consider that licensed. That's the kind of stuff people want to see. So I'm like, should I even bother building that, or should I just throw it back on eBay and put the money towards something else? I don't know what to do. There's probably a couple people who'd like to see it. Zach says, I love Lego so much, and I remember buying your merch and being excited. It's crazy how time flies. Dude, I appreciate that. That's crazy. Time does fly. I listen to this podcast, and I remember the guy having a kid. It's kind of like your situation. And he said the kid's 16 years old now. I'm like, he's 12. No, he's 16. So, man, I think about Clarkman, like in 10 years' time, Clarkman will be an actual adult. So many of you guys probably remember watching him when he was 2 years old, playing with Lego minifigs at our table. Man's gonna be a man. And it's crazy. What happened to the clown? Bozo. I don't know if I kept that or not. I think I got rid of it because I felt like it was placing a curse on us. That's not really true. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I did scare Mrs. Brickitect with it once, so it was totally worth whoever sent that to us. I have no idea how that came to be. If you haven't seen Bozo the Clown, he's a creepy SOB, so if you want to look it up, you can. Just know that you may not be able to sleep tonight. I almost forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder. Oklahoma City. Okay. Oklahoma City, the destination for all things Lego, apparently. Will I ever find my way to Oklahoma City? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be down there. Might be going to Iceland. Cody got this thing, and it's like a tour to go see the Northern Lights, which is like the Aurora Borealis, I think is what it's called, where it's like the green glow and all that up in the sky, and then you can go hiking and stuff. And I was like, that sounds kind of cool, going somewhere cold. Canadians in the house, welcome, dude. Member for 27 months. Thanks for sticking with me, man. I'm trying to get back into the world of making stuff again, literally and figuratively, now that Clarkman's back in school. So this is kind of just a little taste of that, if you will. I'm tearing apart a bunch of sets right now, though. 3 sets. Is 3 a bunch? 3 is. Yeah, Iceland would be pretty sick. And it's not like super far away. Not necessarily. We're just going up north a little bit. Flying right near Canada with Canadian. Maybe I should go there in Microsoft Flight Simulator and see what it's like first. I did that last weekend. I didn't stream it or anything. I just had my Xbox on and I was like, oh, let me jump into Flight Simulator. And I was flying a helicopter through Maui, and I was trying to find all the places that I like going snorkeling and swimming. And then I flew over Lahaina, which burnt down, and I was like, oh, there's that place. And obviously they didn't update the maps or anything, so it still looks beautiful. And I like doing that. I'm a boring dude when it comes to games sometimes. I like playing American Truck Simulator. Like, if you think this is enthralling, you should watch me driving a rig across California or Oregon. Good stuff. Although, surprisingly, it's like the most popular thing that I do. I like playing Gran Turismo 7 with my racing wheel, which you might be able to see in the background there. It's on the floor, actually. See it there on the floor back there? Probably not. I like doing that. I'm thinking about doing a playthrough of Fallout New Vegas and or Skyrim. I saw the Starfield people, they all started playing it yesterday, and I was excited about that game until I saw like a review on it and kind of learned more about it, and I'm like, I don't know about this. This doesn't look like all the hype that people are putting on it. And that's kind of what the reviews are showing as well. So I'm thinking about going old school. I never played New Vegas. I love Fallout 3. That's like one of my favorite games. So I was thinking about going back and playing Fallout New Vegas, which is available on Game Pass. It's originally a Xbox 360 game. I thought that might be fun to go through and play and maybe share some of that too. Canadian says he's going to Atlanta in 2 weeks to watch Week 2 of the Packers versus Falcons, my first NFL game. Well, as a partial owner of the Packers, as Canadian is, he should definitely go there. Who's their new quarterback now? I saw Aaron Rodgers pulled the Brett Favre and went to the Jets. And then he'll go play for the Vikings after that. What happened to Farming Simulator? The serial killer needs to get back out there. Oh my gosh, I'd like to play that too. I looked at, you think Brickitect's been dead. I looked at my gaming channel and I haven't done anything there all summer. Yeah, I had like a whole storyline going in Farming Simulator of all things. That's a fun game. It's very, it doesn't hold your hand in any way. Like you just get in there and you're like, okay, I guess I'm a farmer now. And you got to figure out all this stuff. It was very overwhelming, but I really enjoyed being Farmer Greg. But my guy, dude, he's hilarious. There's a whole storyline of him being a serial killer, and yeah, it was something. New Vegas would be great. So many factions you can choose between and mobile endings. Okay, okay. I haven't played, I started Skyrim. I'm like halfway through. I would like to play through Skyrim. That game came out 12 years ago at this point. I'm a little behind the times, if you can't tell. Beverly says, I live in Quebec and it's always raining. Lately, perfect weather for Lego building. It's pretty nice outside today. I should not be doing this, but I had to get a bunch of stuff done. I got a video edited. I got my podcast done. Things are looking up for me. I'm trying to fix my podcast channel. I was doing that and I was like, hey, wait a minute. I should do a live stream before the whole fam gets done. We're going to grab some dinner tonight, so that's our Friday. Nothing too crazy. I want to watch One Piece on Netflix. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight, but I want to watch that. I saw the trailer for it, and unlike Starfield, One Piece is looking pretty sick. The live-action version of that, I should say. TK says, I went on a Flight Simulator on Xbox, and most of the regular buildings were made from their generic identical textures. Yeah, it's a little sketchy. Like, if you get really close, like I flew over our house, and from afar, it looks pretty good. But when you get like really, really in there, it's not great. I really wish Google would make Flight Simulator instead of Microsoft, because if we had access to Google Maps, I feel like the game would be better. But for what it is, like, dude, I played Microsoft Flight Simulator 98, and like New York City was literally just like gray pixels on the ground with like a couple like buildings sticking up. So we've come a long way. I'm not going to complain about the graphics. I think they're doing a pretty darn good job. If you can pick out where things are, like I could see the football field at my wife's job. I could see our house. I could see all the roads. It's pretty decent. If you want to play Flight Simulator, it's on Game Pass. One of the reasons to get Game Pass, in my opinion, it's kind of an expensive game and there's a lot you can do with it. But I've been first time flying a helicopter. It was pretty fun. I don't feel like I fully got it down entirely. It's not quite as easy as it is in Grand Theft Auto to fly a helicopter, but I was flying and we didn't crash, so that was good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I've heard of that. Dragging me into that. My nephews were trying to get me into not Titanfall. Attack on Titan. And I started watching the first episode with Clark, man, but it was like super violent. So I was like, oh, I can't watch this with Clark. And then that kind of killed off my steam on that. On Attack. They also said I would like Death Note. My nephews are really into anime. Those are their two recommendations for me. Was Attack on Titan, Death Note. Yeah, I need to get back into gaming. I was thinking weekends I was going to try to do some of that. But we'll see. We'll see. Got to find some time for all these things. I have too many hobbies. I wish I just had one thing. If I just did Lego, easy. But then I like RC and I like video games and I guess that's all. That's all I got. I got no other hobbies. It just seems like everything takes so much of my time. But what doesn't take time is breaking down Lego sets, especially when you're having fun. I'm going to leave these window panes in there just because I feel like they'd be a little safer to keep those. But yeah, that's all three of them right there. That was the Iron Man Armory. 76216, broken down. We also have Rocket's ship broken down. We've got the Land Rover broken down, and it only took me 9 more minutes than what I intended for it to take. I'm trying to keep everything to 30-minute increments to keep these streams a little bit short so people, like if they're tuning in the future, I feel like you're more inclined to watch a stream or a video if it doesn't say that it's 16 hours long down below. So that's kind of what I'm up to, and I'm trying to make a pledge to do this like every weekday at some point during the day, maybe morning, afternoon, whenever. If I can do that, that'd be great. But I've got a lot of other stuff too. But we've got a lot of stuff here that needs taken care of. So we'll find time, we'll find a way, and we'll keep making progress on this Lego organization journey. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. I hope you have a glorious weekend if you're in the US, and if I don't see you, have a nice Labor Day, and we'll be back next week, or maybe this weekend, with some more awesome Lego content, if you consider awesome to be breaking down Lego sets and getting organized, which I do. So have a great one, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Watch my short too, making that.